Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be going over the new update to the Charles Schwab Investing platform, the desktop version, what they're calling the new mobile web version to their investing platform. This is obviously to date. My Charles Schwab review about 11 months ago is my most popular video, right around 10,000 views, and I think the biggest reason for that is there aren't a lot of people talking about the Charles Schwab platform. I know a lot of people, you see videos on Robinhood or you see videos on M1 Finance and you have a lot of reviews for them. You even see a little bit of E-Trade and some things like that, but you don't see a lot of Charles Schwab people using their platform or the desktop version or their mobile app or whatever it may be. And I think the biggest reason for that is simply because it's not really always been that trendy, has not always been super user friendly, and we'll kind of do a compare and contrast of the original desktop version and the new mobile web version, and kind of break those things down for you. Or you can go back and watch this video if you haven't already and kind of see a big difference, as that is more in depth there. But I do think that Charles Schwab deserves to be given more credit, deserves to be given more exposure, if you will, simply because of the fact that they are one of the biggest brokerages out there, and they do a really good job with what they provide. If you haven't seen the video I posted Friday on the airline stocks and whether or not they're heading towards bankruptcy, that is a very good video. I know not a lot of people have seen that one. It does a good job kind of explaining the situation, especially if you're invested in airline stocks or the travel industry as a whole. So highly recommend that one. Also, if at any point in this video you do enjoy something you hear or you learn something, go ahead and smash the like button. That's the best way to push this video out to other viewers and get these videos more and more exposure. And also subscribe to the channel as we continue our climb to 1,000 subscribers. So let's get right into it. As you guys see, this is the mobile web version, and this is, if you have any experience with Charles Schwab in the past, or if you've seen the review I posted late last year, you may be like, well, hey, this isn't all that different. I mean, you're right. We can compare it to the old desktop version. Some of the main differences are the drop down tabs you have up here, some of these different things right here, but other than that, it's essentially the same. You have your line graph, you have your accounts. This one does go a lot further in just kind of providing everything right away, and that's something that's nice if you have multiple accounts. You can close them or you can open them back up to see which ones you want to see. This one, that's as far as you can scroll. You can scroll down very, very minimally. And then up at the top, you have a big summary bar, you have a graph over here. This button will take you back to the home page, which is this page. But also you have this pop-up tab, and here's all your selections. So it's still here. You still have some of these things. You have your balances, your positions, your histories, your statements, and all of those things are up here. Here's your balances, and then your history, your statements, and your performance, all right there. So I think there's a little bit of give and take here. Some people may prefer the other version. Some people may prefer the new mobile web version. I think the biggest draw factor for the mobile web version is it's very streamlined. It's very appealing to the younger viewers, or the younger investors, I shouldn't say, new investors, especially once we get into this a little bit more. But if you do prefer the old version, you can still access that from this button right here, the desktop site. That'll take you immediately to the old desktop version, and obviously it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So you just have those two options, which is, again, choice is always a really good thing, and Charles Schwab understands that. Next, we're going to click on perhaps the biggest difference. We're going to click on my individual account, and this page is where you see the biggest difference. If you were to go over to your individual account on the other page, it essentially, you would click on it, and it would essentially take you to a page that looks exactly like this. So there's not a whole lot of difference there. It's still all laid out. You get your reds and greens and your ratings and stuff like that. This is a big difference here, simply because of the fact that you have your market value, you have your gain loss, two main options up at the top, and then you have your total gains up here and down here. so you can see some of those things, all your different stocks and investments and mutual funds or money market funds you have laid out. Let's go ahead and click on my favorite stock if we can find it, Disney, just to kind of show you the transition process and kind of show you the new features that this possesses. So it pulls up a page like that. I love that animation. I think that's a very good job. And then you have in bright green up here, trade, you have the ticker symbol, you have the name of the company, and you have the current trading price. And you can just click on this. You can go to trade it. Obviously, it's very simple, very bold right at the top. Then you have your rating down here. It says when the rating was given, your bid, ask, days range, and today's volume. Then you can go right here. Oh, and this is something I haven't actually seen before. This is a really nice feature. You have your ratings up here, and I think they're still working out the bugs. Obviously, that should probably click off a little bit. And these are your options as well. I love all these features. So you go to your ratings, and it gives your, it has a report for why it's justified as a D currently, the Morningstar rating, the economic moat, all sorts of different things laid out right there for you. And again, this is the biggest thing that they're pushing is, going to be streamlining the process, getting the information out to you as quickly as possible. And I think they're doing a really good job with that. You don't have to go very far to find what you're looking for. If you need to trade, it's right here. If you need to know the price, it's right there. If you need to know the ticker symbol, obviously you should probably already know that. If you want to see what other people are rating it, all right here without having to go somewhere like Yahoo Finance or something like that. Summary, you can see over the course of the last year how this stock has been doing. Obviously, in the course of the virus, dipped quite a bit. But you have this massive graph in front of you just to kind of monitor, and I'm sure you can probably move this at some point. Let's see. Okay, so this is going to pull up an even bigger graph, which is it's very, very handy, and you do like to see all those things. And then you have some more basic information, some 52-week range, a dividend, which most stocks are not paying currently, ex-dividend, PE, forward PE, earnings per share, and then next earnings. And then you have some of the major headlines involving this stock. So again, the main thing Schwab is pushing here, and the main difference between something like this, and we can go ahead and click on Disney for this one as well. And again, you can still access all of this stuff. This is much more in depth. I think when you use the mobile web version, you're looking at a very basic view of it, but it does give it gives you out that equal information regardless. If you want to see the ratings, you have them right here. If you want to see the ratings over here, you can go over here and find the ratings right here. So all those options are still there. This is much more in depth. This is much simpler and much more streamlined and much more user-friendly. Would I recommend using both versions? Absolutely. I think both definitely have their perks. When I check my account about once a week, depending on what the market's doing, I think the best way for me to go about doing this would be the new mobile web version. I think it's just going to get me that information as quickly as possible. And but when I conduct research, obviously I'm going to want to use this desktop version. And it's going to give me more information about whether it's more in depth on the ratings, why the ratings are given that way, some reports, some news that is obviously on this version as well. More access to a chart, various ratings here, just kind of more information, more vast selection of information in that regards. So I think both have their perks. I think both the inclusion of the mobile web version was a very good idea by Schwab to kind of, make investing more appealing, make it more simple, which is a big thing that Robinhood has done. And I think they're taking notes from Robinhood. Investing needs to be simple, or as simple as it can be, because obviously it's a complicated topic. So if you can make it simple on your own and help new users get acquainted with what they're doing, I think it's a very genius idea. And obviously, hopefully they continue to expand upon some of these things. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comment section below who you invest with, whether it's Schwab, whether it's Robinhood, whether it's M1 Finance or someone else, whether you would consider switching to Schwab, whether you guys like their platform or whatever it may be. Comment that down below. Me personally, I do really like Schwab, and I think they're doing a good job, and I think they're really heading in the right direction to continue having some dominance in the industry. So once again, that's going to do it for this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys for watching this video, and until next time, happy investing.